Welcome back to Hysteria's inaugural happy hour. I could not be more excited about talking to this group of Hysteria faves about the holidays. My senator, Kirsten Gillibrand from New York, a woman who loves to make big speeches in the snow, Senator Amy Klobuchar, and bringing the spirit of aloha, Senator Mazie Hirono. Ladies, happy holidays.
Same to you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. It's great to be on.
Okay, so we're here to talk about holiday traditions. Senator Hirono, I'm starting with you.
Sure.
As the first Buddhist senator, what does this time of year mean to you?
Well, for the Japanese, it's New Year. That is a day of celebration, not as much Christmas. In my family growing up in Japan, it was New Year, and you have traditional New Year foods. And in fact, that kind of food is called oseki ryori. Ryori means foods. And what I'm going to go home to is like these lunchbox things with many compartments with all different meaningful foods on it. So it's called oseki. And that's New Year Day celebrations for Japanese.
Is there a special way people in Hawaii celebrate?
Oh, it's all the way. It's Merry Christmas. It's everything, every faith, every culture, because Hawaii is, I would say, the most culturally diverse state in the entire country. And the other thing about how we celebrate in Hawaii is that we just have all of our gatherings consist of foods from every ethnic group you can think of: Japanese, Hawaiian, Filipino, the Caucasians, everybody, and everything is put into one plate. So it's quite the diversity.
That is quite diverse. Senator Gillibrand, when do you put your tree up?
So our goal was to put it up today, but it's raining, and I want to go to the market and buy one that's there, and it's probably covered in water. But anyway, I try to do it as soon as I can. I'm the only person in my family who's in charge of getting the tree and decorating. It's very typical. But yeah, so as soon as I can. I would love to get it up by Thanksgiving, but it never happens. So hopefully today.
Do you have a favorite holiday cocktail, something that gets you in the mood?
My favorite cocktail is always scotch, and so whether it's rain or shine, Christmas or otherwise, it's still my favorite.
Senator Klobuchar, is there a festive Minnesota hot dish we should all be making?
Well, there's always my tater tot hot dish that I make, taconite tater tot hot dish with pepper jack cheese, but then I get letters. I won a hot dish contest in Minnesota, and it was the most linked recipe or any link during the year at the time on the local CBS station. And people wrote in it was too spicy because we're from Minnesota. And pepper jack cheese, a little bit different than maybe Hawaii. But I was thinking about that tree question. And so we always have a real tree. And one time when our daughter was young, we put the tree on top of the car, just like the fairy tale. We're driving down the road. My husband had done it himself, and it fell off right in the middle of a very busy road. We ran out, and he stuffed it like the Grinch that stole, like in the trunk. And she's like yelling. She's a kid in the back seat. And this was a very traumatic incident.
Oh, my goodness.
So now he goes to the corner street, and he literally buys this tree and drags it 4 blocks to our house every year, and it's always kind of dirty, and then we have to, anyway, that's my tree story, Kirsten.
I like your tree story.
Senator Klobuchar, are there very holiday traditional foods in Minnesota? Is there something that you're just like, okay, it's Christmas?
Lutefisk.
Yeah.
Lutefisk.
What is that?
It's really smelly. Scandinavian fish. And you cannot get stronger than lutefisk. People they have lutefisk festivals, and it's for our Scandinavian constituents, and it's kind of a famous thing. I personally don't always eat it. But in my family, I'm half Swiss and half Slovenian. And so we always would, my mom was all Swiss, so we would have this Christmas Stollen, and then we always, still in my mom's honor, we have raclette on Christmas Eve, which is where you melt the cheese and you put it on potatoes. That is our meal for
That's yummy.
Christmas Eve. It's good.
Oh my goodness, Senator, I have to tell you, my Oma always made the Stollen. And through this podcast, I have sourced recipes for her strudel and Stollen, which she left only in broken Bavarian German when she passed away.
Wow.
And so my Stollen is ripening as we speak down in a cold spot in the basement. Senator Gillibrand, I know you're a baker. You love to bake. What are you baking during the holidays?
So my go-to dish for like the last 5 years is a berry cobbler, because I like berries. I like raspberries and blueberries and blackberries in a cobbler or a pie. I use very little sugar so I can eat it, and then I put a crumble on top. Basically, it's oatmeal plus brown sugar plus some kind of flour and maybe a couple spices, and it's very good, and it's super easy, and everybody likes it, and it's just a winner. And then you don't have to fiddle with a crust. My mother, however, is the pie maker for our family. She can make any pie. It's always perfect. She's just very good at pies. And my grandmother's favorite recipe was a cheesecake, and I have it, and it's very good, but it's so rich. It's like you use like 3 things of Philadelphia cream cheese and a ton of like heavy cream and a bunch of egg whites that you fold into the one little layer on top and a bunch of egg yolks in the bottom. It's like the full fat version of anything you've ever eaten, and it's delicious.
That sounds so delicious. You know I would eat that.
It's so good. I will make it for you someday.
Thank you. And you know what? I can give you berries. I will pick you berries next summer when I'm doing all my jam that you can freeze for your
them.
berry
So when
cobbler.
you pick them, just freeze it, and then when you see me, you give me the frozen. It always comes out better with frozen berries.
It's the best kind of swap.
They just are more fresh for a cobbler, yeah.
Senator Klobuchar, do you have any sentimental or favorite ornaments or holiday trinkets that you like when you pull them out, you're just like, oh.
I have one when I was in Campfire Girls. I was a bluebird, and we made our own ornament out of a jar, right? And then we decorated, and it's a picture of me with my little vest on with all my beads for my service projects. I always put that up. We have one of when we got married that my in-laws had made for us. That's a special one for me. And then probably my favorite is my uncle. My mom's brother was maybe a little more Republican than our family. And when Clinton Gore got elected, he took one of those married ornaments and he put their faces in it. It said "Our First Christmas Together." Fantastic, but I still have that ornament.
I love that because my favorite ornament is my mayo jar, back when mayo jars were metal in the 70s, and it's rolled in glitter, and it has a picture of me out at nursery school, and I'd still put it up. Senator Gillibrand, what about you? Did the ornaments your kids made back in the day make it to the front of the tree, or they go to the back of the tree?
They usually go inside really deep, very deep inside the tree. I made a lot of ornaments. And so when we decorate my tree at home, my mother will take out all our old ornaments, and those are just the absolute best. I went to girls' Catholic school, so ornament making was just the height of the season. So we have all these ones that are made with just like paper mache, different colors. We have a bunch that are made out of clay that are like some kind of clay scene. I mean, they're so bad. They're all so bad. But she saved them religiously, and I put them on religiously. The 2 ornaments that the boys did make that I love, they're beautiful. They made at Corning, the glass maker factory in upstate New York. And when they were little, we did a tour through upstate New York, and we went to, there's like a workshop at Corning for kids, and they get to make an ornament, and they teach the kids how to blow glass. They pick their colors. They don't let them touch anything, but they pick their colors, and then they blow glass, and they blow it into these beautiful glass ornaments. And so Theo has one and Henry has one, and they're stunning, but they're very heavy. They could fall off the tree. So those go on the bottom branches that are the thickest, so they don't crash, and but those are stunning ornaments. They're not like the stuff I made. But the boys, we celebrate those 2 ornaments. Those are stunning, but uncommon for a child, but it was just the nature of what Corning did.
You're going to have to post pictures of those on Instagram come Christmas time.
Okay,
good.
I have thousands of paper cranes. In my culture, when you fold 1,000 cranes, the gods, the kami-sama, will grant you a wish. But people have been sending cranes, and when people come to visit me, they fold cranes. I think Amy has folded, and Kirsten have both folded cranes. They signed the wing, and I have behind me this big crane installation.
For all of those cranes you made, did you make the paper for those cranes? Because I know you also make the paper.
You buy origami paper. So I have like thousands of pieces of origami paper that I have to make sure I have enough of them whenever anybody comes to my office. So generals, admirals, ambassadors, they've all folded crane in my office. Many of them have never folded a crane in their lives, and this is part of my cultural awareness endeavor that I do.
I folded my crane. My crane's there.
Obviously, when I come to DC, I'm going to have to fold a crane. Senator Klobuchar, have you ever had an absolute holiday catastrophe?
Well, I mentioned the tree coming
Yeah.
down. That was pretty bad. And yeah, we've had trees fall down.
Have you?
One time, I remember when I was young, my mom forgot to put on the oven for like the ham or something. Nothing to eat.
Oh my God. When did that happen, Amy? That's a disaster.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. We had a few, and my dad, who was, lived out his last 30 years very sober, but not as funny of a story, but he would not be there, and we'd be all waiting for him to come. That was kind of a catastrophe. To open the stockings, and my mom would keep making excuses, and we'd be looking out the thing, and then finally come around noon. So those are not
Shit.
but you asked a catastrophe.
Yeah,
whenever
no,
you
that's a
go
bona fide
downstairs,
catastrophe.
and that happened to me. I don't know. Most of them have been really, really good. It's a very special time in our family, and we have friends that we go see on Christmas Eve after we go to church, and we just have we've kind of through the years, as my mom died and then my dad died, we picked up some new traditions. My husband has 5 brothers. He's the middle of 6, so we do Thanksgiving with them, and then we maybe will see them at some point. So the wives of the 6 brothers seem to control the Christmas period more. Yes.
Senator Gillibrand, any Christmas catastrophes to speak of?
I don't remember anything bad on Christmas. I always like Christmas. The only time, when I didn't have enough presents, I didn't have enough presents for the kids. They just complained a little bit. One year we took a trip, and so I just got one present for each kid because we were in a beautiful place, and I was like, "This is your present," and they're like, "Yeah, but," I was like, yeah, so I felt like I just screwed that up a little bit. I thought they'd be mature enough, but no, they were not. They want presents. And so even the Christmases that when we travel to see family, we're going to go to England this year to see Jonathan's dad, I've already mailed the presents. So they have presents under the tree at my brother-in-law's house. And I'll have the stockings already in my bag that I'll put right in the room. So when they walk into the room, they'll have stockings on their beds because we arrive Christmas Day. So I'm trying to be better at it because I don't care much about presents, but they do. And so I got to be on my game.
Senator Klobuchar, favorite holiday movie?
Love Actually.
Is it?
That's a good one. I love that one.
I love that one,
Yeah.
but what about, okay, so let's separate it. Old-timey
Yeah.
Christmas movie versus modern Christmas movie. So obviously, I love Love Actually too, because I've always been Plumpy in that scenario. I don't know why, but I identify with Plumpy. Do you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite, Senator Klobuchar? What's your favorite old-timey Christmas movie?
Well, The Miracle on 34th Street. Is that what it's called? Miracle?
Yeah.
Yes. I like that
Yeah.
one.
I never
Oh,
saw it.
Kirsten, what is
Literally
that?
never saw it.
Senator Gillibrand.
Never saw that one.
Favorite
I
modern.
watch all the old movies.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. I never saw it. I like It's a Wonderful Life. That
Okay.
always makes me cry. Cries every time. Juju's Petals.
right now.
It makes me cry.
Do you know
Makes me cry every time.
my White Christmas? I know every word, and I know that it's not right. But every time the train with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye pulls into Pine Tree, Vermont, and they're like, "It's 60 degrees here," I'm like, "You guys, maybe climate change can turn around." I'm like, "I don't know. It was 60 degrees in 1950. Maybe it'll be fixed, but it won't." Wait, Kirsten, what's your favorite modern movie?
Well, I do like Love Actually, but I also like, what was the other one you mentioned? You had a couple. Oh, The Holiday. The Holiday I really like. But the one that really makes me laugh that I just saw was Daddy's Home 2, which is now a Christmas movie because it's really funny. It's Mark Wahlberg, and who's the comedian guy? I keep forgetting.
Kevin Hart, right?
No.
No?
Will Ferrell. It's a Will Ferrell movie. It's really funny. So Daddy's Home 1, Daddy's Home 2. It just happened to be on the TV when we last week, and it was and Johnny had to put on Daddy's Home 1. I was like, well, if you're watching this, we got to watch Daddy's Home 2, which was right there. And we watched them back to back, and it's really funny. He literally cuts down a a cell phone tower thinking it's a Christmas tree in the middle of the woods and has to pay $20,000 for the cell phone tower he cut down to put in their big Airbnb. It's hysterical. There's lots of funny jokes.
Senator Hirono, do you have a favorite holiday movie?
Love Actually.
Okay, good. All right.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
watch it
We're in
every
agreement.
time.
We all love Love Actually. It is,
Yes.
Love Actually is all around. Okay, does anybody get into Hallmark and Lifetime movies?
Oh, yes, of course.
Right?
I'm watching those now because they all have happy endings and the couple gets together and it's all pretty schmaltzy, but so what?
I mean, listen, just because every cosmopolitan city gal goes to find love in her old hometown, I do have to say, Kismet Christmas on Hallmark this year is really 10 out of 10. I love it.
Okay, I know what Mazie watches because her husband's the biggest Viking fan outside of Minnesota. They watch
That's
the
why he's very
Vikings
happy
game
right
on
now.
every holiday.
Lightning round. Eggnog, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay in small amounts with the
With
rum.
booze, right?
Yeah, but
Yes.
Otherwise
it's Santa Claus. You don't put the booze in it then.
Well, that we don't want Santa drunk, obviously.
Well, Santa likes it at my house.
That's either on your own trees or on other people's decorations. Do you like white lights or color lights?
White.
Color.
Kirsten?
Both.
Yeah, me too. I have both on
Both.
my tree.
I grew up with color, but then I did white for a long time with just the boys. So they kind of, I don't know, they've probably only had white lights. So I'm going to try color this year, see if they like it.
New Year's, because obviously that's also part of the holiday season. Do you guys stay up until midnight?
Always.
Never.
Never. Oh, you do. Senator Klobuchar always stays up till midnight.
She's a partier and she doesn't need a lot of sleep. Do you not know that about Amy? She sleeps like 4 hours a night.
I did not
She's
know
a Wonder
that.
Woman. I sleep 8 or 9 hours a night. She sleeps 4
I do
or
too.
5.
I don't know if I should admit this, but I basically hate New Year's Eve, but I do like New Year's Day. I don't like New Year's Eve. I don't like to go to any parties. I don't like to do anything New Year's Eve except maybe put a blanket over my head and wait for it to be over.
I agree with you. Resolutions, yay or nay?
Love.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Always.
resolutions.
Love.
Love.
Senator Hirono, yay or nay on resolutions?
I only do the same resolution every year,
What is it?
not to go shopping.
So I'll give you guys a second to think about this. Is there an achievement? So obviously, I know that you guys are all up for re-election in 2024. We are here to support you in any and all ways because we love you three so much and you fight so much on our behalf. Is there an achievement either in the Senate or in your state that you're super proud of this year? Senator Gillibrand, we'll go with you first.
Oh, so many. This was like a boondoggle year for me. I got so many things done that I've been working on for like a decade. So we got our gun trafficking bill done. That took 10 years. We got our military sexual assault bill that Mazie helped me in the committee. We got that done. I got a bill done to change the employment contracts for 60 million employment contracts. So you can actually now sue in a court of law if you're harassed or assaulted in the workplace and don't have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. We just got our big burn pits bill done that Amy worked on for a long time. I worked on for a long time. So burn pits is done. So this was like a banner year for like getting long projects that were worked on for a long time actually finished and across the finish line. And then some fun stuff like my cyber academy, which is in the defense bill, which I'm super excited about. That's in. So I'm pretty psyched. I feel like it's been a great year for a lot of the efforts that we as a Senate have been on for a long time.
Senator Klobuchar, how about you?
Same. Just we were able to get so much done against all odds with our crushing 50-50 majority in the Senate, but included that bill I introduced when I first got on negotiation of pharmaceutical prices to push the negotiation. We got a version of that in, closing the boyfriend loophole. When I first introduced that, it was just Mazie Hirono and me. And that, but one by one, we got more authors through the years. And then Kirsten mentioned the burn pits, shipping bill. It was a good year, but then I'm always, end of year, just thinking of the things that are still left on the table. And one of the saddest for me in the holiday season is helping the Afghan refugees, many of whom helped our country and were, going through trying to get them some status, get out of limbo to the end. But that's one thing as I go into the new year that I will hope we get done if we haven't gotten it done yet, as well as just maybe something on antitrust and tax policy. So I'm happy about what we got done, but it's always that bittersweet, the resolutions for next year.
Senator Hirono, what about you?
As both Amy and Kirsten have said, that we did a lot this year to help our communities and our families. For myself specifically, for Hawaii, we have this huge military fuel installation in Hawaii called Red Hill. It is in the order of a magnitude of Hoover Dam. It's huge, and there was a spill. So just to have the military decide after these are World War II facilities, to close the facilities, to defuel literally millions and millions of gallons of jet fuel, and to do it safely, that is a huge order of magnitude, and $1 billion to get it done. But speaking of violence against women, last night the House passed my really specific fix to the VAWA that will enable Native Hawaiian women and girls who are trafficked and sexually abused to a far higher degree than other racial groups, that we did a fix that took many years to do. And last night I was on the floor of the House when that was done, and we have passed that finally in the Senate. So it's been a good year, lots more to do, and you have three really, really vocal activist women to get more stuff done.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Thank you, Senator Klobuchar, and thank you, Senator Gillibrand, for joining me for Hysteria's first, but not last, happy hour. And thank you, most importantly, for the incredible work you do and your service to this country. Happy holidays. Thank you so much.